So again, we're here for this chakra-oriented practice. We'll be beginning in a rest pose. So on the back, with the knees bent and the feet on the floor. The hands can rest on the body if you like, or at your side on the floor. And we don't want the ankles right under the knees. We want to have maybe a more than a 90-degree angle at the knee joint. So the feet are farther away from you than they would be in a bridge pose. And the invitation is to keep the eyes open. And just take a few breaths, allowing your body to orient to the floor. And we'll be doing 3 breaths with, on the exhale, using these bija mantras, these seed syllables for each of the chakras. I'll get us started, right? And you're welcome to just listen, or on the consecutive rounds, you can join in if you like. So I'll start us with 1 and then we'll do 3 together. Lang wang rang yang hang om. 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 I'm just going through some apanakriyas, this range of motion to clear out space, right? To clear out whatever might have accumulated in the spaces of the body so that we can invite the vibration in. Taking one leg up to the ceiling and doing some ankle rotations, stretching and curling the toes. And then some knee bounces. So pressing through the heel and then letting the knee bend and bouncing the heel on the back of the leg. And then adding a circle into the hip. Going both directions. Placing that foot back down on the floor, taking the other leg up. Again, stretching and curling the toes, ankle rotations. And those knee bounces. And hip circles. Both ways. Placing the foot back down on the floor. Rolling onto your side, using an arm as a pillow. Pausing here in fetal position. And inviting some movements of the rib cage and the spine. Allowing fluid back into the spinal cord. Just a little rocking motion forward and back, and maybe right and left, side to side. And then coming up. Coming up to hero pose. Sitting on the heels or tucking the toes. Some cats and cows from here. So we inhale into cow, seated cow, exhale into a seated cat. So back and forth. And moving from the inside out. So starting in the middle of the spine, kind of the bottom of the rib cage, and going in opposite directions. Coming back up, lengthening the spine, just a little side bend, left and right. And then bringing the hands to the shoulders at the elbows wide, making an infinity symbol with the elbows. So kind of individual circles that meet in the middle, using your full range of motion and allowing the rib cage to get into this as well, so that there's this twisting motion happening. And go the other direction. And then lifting the shoulders up towards the ears, letting the head rotate back and forth. Lowering the shoulders down, dropping the chin to the chest, and again, rotating it from side to side. Putting multiple body parts together, inhaling up to the knees, bringing the arms overhead, little back bend, and exhale down. So we inhale up, exhale down. One more. And then before we move to our feet, doing a little bit for the face. So massaging the face, going just around the outline of it, tracing it. Massaging the ears, getting in the folds. Blinking the eyes open and close as fast as you can. Opening the mouth, sticking out the tongue as far as you can. And then closing the mouth and let the tongue rotate around your teeth. All the way around the tops, both direction. All the way around the bottoms, both direction. And bringing the hands to the floor with the knees slightly apart, tucking the toes. We inhale here. Exhale, rolling back towards the heels. Inhale, the knees come back down, looking up. Exhale, rolling back, rounding the spine. One more time. Bringing the knees and the feet together, twisting the knees back and forth. And then inhale again, knees wide, hands in between. Exhale, straighten the legs, press the heels towards the floor, head down. Inhale back down to our frog squat. Exhale, standing forward fold. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Once in the fold, separate the feet, slightly soften the knees, and roll on up the spine. Coming out of the pelvis, big shoulder roll at the top. Then allow the arms to move overhead with the wrists relaxed, taking the feet even more apart, bending the knees, bouncing on your heels. Let the arms float down as you continue to bounce. And then rub the body all over. Calming it. Inviting any last stagnant stuff to move out of the body. And then come to the top of the mat. So something that I've created, because I like to play around with sun salutations, I'm calling this a chakra salute. But again, we don't really work with the chakras through asana. We work with them through sound. So we'll be using Om on our exhale. Okay? Om on the exhale. So from our mountain pose with the hands at the heart, inhale, step back with the right leg, bringing the arms overhead into star pose. Turning the toes towards the back edge of your mat, exhale, into warrior two. Inhale into reverse warrior, peaceful warrior. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down, coming into a revolved side angle pose or a revolved lunge. Bringing that left knee down to the floor. Inhale, the arms overhead, palms together, bringing the hands to the back of the neck. And then we Om and exhale our way into standing forward fold. Inhale, upward hand pose with, again, palms together, thumbs to the back of the neck. And exhale to mountain pose, Tadasana. Again, we inhale, arms up, step back with the left foot into star. Om into warrior two. Inhale to our peaceful warrior. Om into the reverse lunge. Back knee goes down. Inhale. Thumbs to the back of the neck. Om into standing forward fold. Inhale, upward hand pose with this Anjali Mudra at the back of the neck. Om to Tadasana. One more time each way. So we inhale out to start with the right foot. Inhale to our peaceful warrior. Inhale to the lunge. Inhale, upward hands. Last round. Inhale, left foot back to star. Inhale. Inhale to the lunge. Inhale. And just so that we can transition in a fluid way, we'll inhale one more time, arms overhead. Exhale, standing forward fold. Inhale, half standing forward fold, lengthening the spine, bringing the head width. Exhale, back to plank and lower down. Inhale to cobra. And exhale to child's pose. So we're doing child's pose here for the root chakra, Muladhara. Again, this is the element of earth. The mudra for this, or the gesture with the hands, is to take on each hand, the two-handed mudra, on each hand the thumb and the tip of the ring finger together. So the right thumb and right ring finger together, the left thumb and the left ring finger together. Connecting to this element of earth in your body, everything that's apparently solid is made up of the elements of the earth, like calcium and sodium and iron. And inviting in this sense of smell that we get. It's given to us from the earth element. So noticing what you smell in this moment. Perhaps visualizing a four-petaled lotus in the region of the pelvic floor, the tailbone. Piercing into the bindu, the center of that, with the seed syllable lam, L-A-M. Inhale. Lam. One more. Notice where your attention goes. And then with an inhale, release the mudra, roll on up the spine, and come off the heels, bringing them in front. Taking the soles of the feet together, the knees wide, pulling those heels in towards you. We're taking this Baddha Konasana, or cobbler's pose, bound angle pose, upright. We won't be folding forward. So if you'd rather do this supine on your back, the invitation is there. Letting the arms rest on the knees, palms up. We take the thumb and pinky tips together, keeping the other three fingers together and straight. Thumb and pinky tip together, the element of water. Depending on what you read, our body is mostly water, 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen in a single molecule of water. Connecting to its seat somewhere between the navel and the pelvic floor. Inviting the element of taste in. Notice the taste on the tongue, maybe moving the tongue around the teeth to enhance the sensation of taste by bringing moisture into the mouth. Visualizing a 6-petaled lotus in this region. And inviting the seed syllable of Vam. V-A-M, but it's a soft V, more like a W. If you'd like to join. Vam. Noticing where the attention goes, and then releasing the mudra, bringing the hands to the outside of the knees and taking them up one at a time, the feet to the floor. Coming upright again if you would, supine for that practice. Keeping the right foot down and the ankle, knee, and hip aligned. You take the left leg underneath. Being careful to keep both sit bones grounded so that knee is resting towards the floor. If it's out of reach, you can always bring a blanket in underneath it. Placing the right hand behind you, fairly close to the body. Fairly close, trying to take the palm flat. Inhale the left arm forward and overhead, but lengthening through your rib cage as you do so. And twisting to the right to take the left elbow on the outside or around that right knee. We're twisting right through that solar plexus, the region between the navel and the rib cage. Invite that area to soften and move inward. So the mudra for this is the fire element, and I failed to mention that each finger has its own element. So the thumb is fire, the index finger is air, the middle finger is space, the ring finger is earth, and the pinky finger is water. So since fire is the thumb, what we need to do to work with that is to actually take the thumb tip, the thumb pad, to the middle phalange on the ring finger. The biggest part of the biggest phalange on the ring finger. So it's right, we're using earth to stabilize our fire. The head can be neutral here. You can take the chin to the back shoulder or to the front shoulder. All the while, encouraging that left knee towards the floor. Let's do our seed syllable vibration here. Since this is an asymmetrical pose, I can talk more about everything else on the other side. But Ram, R-A-M. Inhale. Ram. Ram. Inhale, lift that left elbow upwards. Gently untwist. Bringing the right arm back around the left leg up. Just pausing here in the moment, allowing things to come back to symmetry before moving to the other side. Noticing what has arisen. And then inviting the right foot towards the left hip, the left glute, and that right knee down towards the floor. The sides of my body are not created equal, so this side doesn't rest as comfortably on the floor as my left side, so I encourage a blanket underneath that. And then we begin by taking that left hand to the floor behind us, rather close. Encouraging that right knee towards the floor. Inhale the right arm up to the ceiling through the rib cage, lifting through that rib cage and then twisting. Bringing the elbow around that opposite knee or in front of it. Again, twisting right through this solar plexus region between the navel and the rib cage. Taking that earth mudra, so the thumb to the phalange, the middle phalange on the ring finger. So this element of fire in us, it's the intelligence, it's the ability to see. It's what provides color to the skin, the hair, the eyes. It's inherent in every cell of the body. This element of fire, this solar plexus. Seeing it as a 10-petaled lotus there in that solar plexus region. Again, we take 3 vibrations of the seed syllable, the Bija mantra. Inhale. Ram. 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 Lifting the elbow off the knee, reaching upwards as we untwist from the center. Bringing the left arm back around and encouraging the knee up, the foot back to the floor. And then coming down, having the block within reach, coming down onto the back. Placing the block at its most stable height, which would be the biggest side, making it the shortest height that it can be, underneath the sacrum, under the pelvis, not on the spine. Bringing the feet back so you can just touch the heels with your middle fingertip, wiggling those shoulder blades underneath you. The head neutral. Feeling the lift in your heart region, Anahata chakra. The element of air. So turning the palms up in this supported bridge pose. The air mudra is the thumb pad to the middle phalange of the index finger. Again, thumb pad to the middle phalange of the index finger. So the air element is present in the body, of course, with the breath, but it's also present in movement of any kind in the body. Movement of muscles, movement of nervous system, signals, movement of the digestive system. And it also provides for the ability of touch on the skin, represented by a 12-petaled lotus and the vibration of yang. We inhale. Yang. Feeling the sensation in that heart region, releasing the mudra, and bringing the legs together and taking the feet to the ceiling. A supported shoulder stand of sorts for the throat chakra, Vishuddha. This is the element of space, ether. The mudra for this element is the thumb and middle finger tips together. Thumb and middle fingertips together. This, of course, the space allows for sound. So this is our ability to hear, represented by a 16-petaled lotus at the throat center, and the seed syllable of hum. We inhale. Hum. Hum. And notice where the attention goes, releasing the mudra, softening the knees, bringing the feet back down to the floor. Lifting up off the block, removing it, and inviting the spine and the pelvis back down to the mat. Hugging the knees into the chest. Apanasana, reverse child's pose. Inviting the eyes to close. And bringing the attention to the tip of the nose. Following the breath from the tip of the nose as it travels through the nostrils, the bridge of the nose, into the space behind the forehead. Pausing there at the top of the inhale. And when the exhale comes, traveling with the breath, the attention from the space behind the forehead, down the nostrils, back to the tip of the nose. Getting in touch with Ajna Chakra. This 2-petaled lotus behind the forehead. Continue to follow the breath with your attention. Tip of the nose on the inhale to the space behind the forehead. And from the space behind the forehead to the tip of the nose on the exhale. continuing until the mind would really just rather stay at that space behind the forehead on the exhale rather than travel back to the tip of the nose. It'll happen eventually. And when it does, when the exhale happens and the mind doesn't follow, the mind stays at that space behind the forehead. The invitation is to take 3 breaths with an Om on the exhale. After you've completed your 3 Oms, letting the body rest into Shavasana. Holding your attention at that space behind the forehead. Inviting total surrender. And unity, connection with that beyond this time, this body. And if it agrees with you, following the breath again with your attention, imagining, pretending, sensing that you're inhaling from the pelvic floor and exhaling out the forehead. Inhale at the pelvic floor. Exhale at the forehead. Again, inhaling pelvic floor. Exhale at the forehead. inviting the sense of connection between these two things, these two spaces, pelvic floor and the space behind the forehead. Sensing or seeing, imagining, visualizing a light or a pathway between these two regions. And now inhale into that central pathway, that central light that spreads along the spine, from the forehead to the pelvic floor. Inhaling into the center. Exhaling, allow the attention to move out to the body surface, out to the skin. Inhaling to the center. Exhaling to the skin. Inhaling to the center. And exhaling to the skin. Leaving your attention there at the skin, taking an inhale on the surface of your body, and now exhaling to the center. Inhale out to the surface. Exhale to center. Once more, inhale out to the surface. And exhale to center. Just notice what's happening horizontally, vertically, circularly with your space. And then in your own time, working your way up to sit, and as you do so, keeping the eyes closed. And once you've come to your symmetrical seated shape, allowing the eyes to open and focus in on the symbol on your screen. Sri Yantra. The physical shape, form, symbol of the vibration of Om. The colors really aren't all that important here. What's important is the shapes themselves. A practice of Tritaka, inviting the attention into the center of the symbol. The encouragement is to keep the eyes soft and open without blinking. When the eyes wander, bring them back. When the mind wanders, bring it back. When tension creeps up in the body, let it go. Let it soften. your full effort and attention at the center of the symbol. Once the symbol has made an impression on you, perhaps something in it has shifted or changed, the invitation is to close the eyes and then to see that representation in the mind's eye. We'll bring the practice to a close with the seed syllables again 3 times. The invitation is to join. Lang Wam Ram Yang Hang Om. Lang Wam Ram Yang Hang Om. Lam Yam Ram Yam Ham Om. And may the sun shine upon you, all love surround you, the pure light within you guide you on your way. Om Swaha.